Hi, I'm John Hart and welcome back to Mr. America Hart. So look, subscribers, my friends, you guys who come and see my videos, I really am excited today to share with you some of the information. One of the big benefits of you coming on by and visiting my channel is that I work with a lot of people, I work with a lot of clients, and when I have certain situations go on like some who are really struggling with fat loss. That's today's subject, okay? What is the number one killer of your fat loss program, so to speak? And here's the thing. When I experience certain situations with clients, I can share them with you in videos. And you guys have the benefit of that, essentially without paying me. But let those commercials run, those ads run occasionally too. That's how YouTubers get paid, just so you know. But it's interesting because in talking with one of my clients today, it hit me that I needed to get this point across to you guys and share it with you that the number one killer of any fat loss program, by far and away, I see it consistently across the board, client after client after client. What I have them do is this. I have them fill out any sort of fat calorie tracking app, food recording app, macro app. Myfitnesspal is one, for example. Loseit.com has one as well. Fatsecret is another one. I'm just to name a few. Okay, any one of them. When I have clients write down or track their food for several days, I'll have them do it for anywhere from 5 to 7 days, so I can get the information that I need out of it, and I can get them set on the right path right away. You should do the same. Now, here's the interesting part about it. And by the way, I show in my books how you can take that information and turn it into your own personal program. So definitely get a hold of my book, Physique 101. I go through all the details of it in that book specifically. So you can find it on my website. I'll put the link down below in the video description. So Physique 101, that's the book. Let me stop hawking the book right there for a moment. So I end up looking at their app, at their tracking that they've done for me for 5 or 7 days, and what do I notice? Those who have the biggest problems with the fat loss, that have, it seems, major inconsistencies with their fat loss, the unknown stopping of the fat loss, it's mixed messages. That's their problem. And I laughed when a client of mine brought this up to me, because today I said to her, well, it's sort of like, relationships. Your biggest enemy to your fat loss is mixed messages to your metabolism on what to do. Just as in with any good relationship, you want to kill that relationship, send mixed messages. No one will stand for it. Just like your metabolism would never stand for you sending mixed messages. It just gives up. It won't do what you want it to do if you send mixed messages. So let's get into a little bit deeper now. What do I mean? Well, let's take that relationship one and for a moment discuss that really quick. Couple meets, one person really into the other one. The other one, little off-standish, says they like them, but doesn't show that they like them. Says they love them, but doesn't show that they love them. Problem? Mixed message. Over time, that just erodes at the other person's patience, tolerance. They won't give it much more time. You can only go so long hoping for that other person to have corresponding action with their words. So without it, eventually the person who cares for them is just going to say, that's it, I'm out. And they go and they meet somebody else. Your metabolism, and you'll see what I mean right here. You start sending it a signal. On Monday, you hit that diet really hard. Just like you should. Your calories are on point, your macros are on point. Oh, you prepped your food on Sunday. Tuesday comes, there's a birthday party at the office. Oh, but it's, a big one. It's somebody's 50th birthday and they insisted that you have that cake. Or they bought lunch for the whole office. So, of course, you had to have the bought lunch at the office, right? No, you didn't. But you did. So your body takes that and goes, wow, you had a sandwich, you had a big piece of that Subway sandwich they brought in, and then you also had a big piece of cake right when you were on the fat loss trail from Monday. Suddenly your body goes, oh, well, it's not time to lose that weight anymore. So Tuesday, you blew Tuesday. You shot it out of the water. You went home, you ate dinner just like you should on your good diet, but you blew it with a lunchtime meal. Wednesday comes around, you're back on your diet. Thursday comes around, boy, you're realizing that Friday you have to do a check-in. Friday you have to check in, you have to weigh, you have to measure, all of that stuff. So Thursday, you're really, really good on it. And then, of course, Friday morning you go and you weigh in and you check in and you do your measurements and all of that. And they're not the best. They're the same. And you look at your trainer and you go, or your coach, and you say, I don't know. I don't know how this happened. I've done everything that I should. Like this. And it's only when the trainer asks the questions. What really happened? How did you eat all week long? You did all the work. I did all my cardio. Of course they did their cardio. I did all my exercise like I should. I didn't ask that. How was your diet? Well, it was on point. Well, except one day at the office, somebody bought a lunch. You know, I had the lunch. You know, I had to have the lunch. It was somebody's 50th birthday. I had the cake. And then I point out to them that it's pretty much somebody's birthday in their office every other week. So they go through this non-fat loss cycle every other week. They drop a little bit one week, nothing the following week. They drop a little bit the third week. They gain one the fourth week. I mean, it's rough, man. And God forbid, look, I'm just calling it as it is. A lot of you women that are, pre-menopausal, so you haven't hit menopause yet, 3 out of the 4 weeks every month, you're pretty consistent. Your body is. That fourth week, whenever that fourth week hits, and you know when it is, your body weight retains fluid. It's hard to see, hard to measure. I generally throw that 1 week as far as measuring and weighing or any of that stuff. I just don't have clients do it on that 1 week, whatever week it is that they know. But you can really throw a monkey wrench into your works if that happens and psychologically you go off the rails and you blow your diet that week on top of a couple of weeks of birthday parties at the office. I'm just using that as a good example because I hear it so often. A lot of people apparently work in offices where they have birthday parties quite a bit and they celebrate with food. That's always the number one, food. So, last time I checked, nobody was holding somebody down, forcing a piece of cake into their mouths. I've seen plenty of people just say thank you, no thank you for the piece of cake. My take on that one. So, that's what mixed messages are. It's the number one killer. You have to make it through in the course of your week if you're on a good fat loss plan. Every bodybuilder already knows it, and now mainstream people are starting to get it. You have to make it through 3 or 4 days of being on point just to dig in enough into your fat cells. Doing it for 1 day doesn't do enough. It sends too many mixed signals. Doing it for 2 days, better than 1 day, not good enough though. Doing it for 3 days in a row and 4 days in a row, now we're talking. That's when things really start happening. A significant amount of fat gets lost, calories get burnt, and yes, you can see progress happening, and it's measurable by the end of the week. So you can actually see a change every single week when you do it that way. Again, I start beginners off doing 6 out of 7 days a week. They do a diet straight through, pretty consistent. No major cycling. I don't play around with that too much with beginners, but I do get them on a good plan where they can get in a good 6 days of digging into those fat cells. That's the key. You got to be consistent for 4, 5, 6 days in a row. And then the 7th day, take a little bit of a breather or a break, up the calories one way or another. Yes, some of the people that I help, they do dirty loads of carbs, meaning they, on that 7th day, they're having the pizza, or they're having the cheeseburger, or they're having the cake, whatever it is. And then there are some who I train who, their up day in calories is a bowl of rice, a large bowl of rice, or a bowl of pasta, something they wouldn't normally have during the week, or let's just say more of what they would have during the week. So that's it. Guys, pay attention to your food. Track it. Take a look at it. Look on that app throughout those 7 days. Be open. Admit to yourself, are you doing the required numbers of days that it takes to drop that fat? Or are you playing games with your own head and deceiving yourself and deceiving your trainer and deceiving your coach? into believing that you're doing it when you really aren't. So look it over, stick to it. Every time that I've gotten somebody to get back on the path, it works. So that tells me they just weren't doing the work in the first place. Mixed messages, the #1 enemy of your fat loss program. Send one message, demand your body will lose the body fat. Tell it, burn off the body fat. Tell it, retain the lean muscle mass by lifting weights intensely. What you tell it to do and demand it to do, it will do. Command that thing what to do. Don't let it tell you what to do. And that's what I'm talking about today. That's it for today. Listen, before you leave, off to my left, you can see a little circle pop up around my head right there. That's the subscribe button to my channel. Will you please give that a shot so that YouTube will notify you when I have new videos pop up. Off to your right, down below, down there, there's a thumbs up over there. Please hit that thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. It bumps my channel quite a bit, helps out the channel a lot. That's it today. From my heart to you, John Hart, I look forward to seeing you again.